All right, guys, what is going on? Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic weekend. This is Super Bowl weekend, so I'm going to be watching the Super Bowl. Hopefully, you are doing the same if you like, football. But it has been a pretty rough week for Xbox, and it doesn't make anything better for me because as of yesterday, my Xbox One X is cooked. It is done. It is toast. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to say off the rip, well, just go ahead and buy Xbox Series or just play on PC. Well, yeah, I play on PC, but there's a reason why I want my Xbox to work, and I will tell you this in a second. But nevertheless, this is very inconvenient. This is very inconvenient, and I really hate the fact that I have to deal with this, but it is what it is. This is my Xbox One X. It is a fantastic console. I love what this thing does. The problem is, every time when I cut it on now, it does not show in 4K. It doesn't want to show in 1440p either, and it only shows in 480p. And when I do put it in the higher resolutions, a bunch of red lines all across the screen. Now, I thought this was like an isolated incident, and I think with all the Xboxes out there, it probably is. It's not like the red ring of death, but it is a problem. I've seen it on Reddit posts. I've seen it on the internet. I've even seen it on YouTube where people have had this issue and they had to go into their console to fix this. They had to clean out or refit or reset something in the console. Hey, listen, I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that. Now, the problem with this is I want my Xbox One to work. I don't have any plans to buy a series, and I love the backwards compatibility of the console, even though it's not necessarily like read the disc backwards compatibility, but I like what it does. But for the most part, I won't be able to do that. This is absolutely ridiculous. Also, I am addicted. This is what 11 years in, and I'm addicted to Forza 5. I've been playing Forza 5 for 11 years now, and not necessarily completed the game complete. Well, I haven't completed the game because I play other games, obviously, but that's like my racing game I like to go to. I've been playing it for over a decade now, and I have a far, I have a far list of cars. I have, so many accolades that I've done on that game that I want to hold on to that, which, yes, it is tied to the cloud, but I can't play that game anywhere else but Xbox One or Xbox Series. And I'm not sure if I want to spend $200 plus to continue my journey on Forza 5. Now, the Forza 6 is okay as well. That's another game I like to play. And Forza 7 is on PC. I have that on PC, so Forza 7 is cool. And I don't care for the new Forza Motorsport, so don't try to sell me on that. But as far as my Xbox One goes, the backwards compatibility that I have on some original Xbox games, 360 games, and for the most part, when it comes to Xbox One games, it basically is like Forza 5 and that's about it. Everything, it just, that's about it. Everything else, I really play the Xbox games on PC, or um, or I'll just play it on another platform. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Now, for me, do I buy another Xbox? Because for what they're saying like it's something wrong with the HDMI. I tried that. I tried this on various TVs, computer monitors, different HDMI cables. I even ran it through a capture card. Same deal. It still shows those red lines. It flickers. It won't go past 480p, which 480p is great for this console, but it's not great for this console. I mean, this is a 4K device. So I am to the point now where I may have to, I may be forced to give up on my Forza 5 journey where I can, pretty much get all the achievements and get and have all these accolades as far as race times and all these, great stats that are on it. And this is a lost thing that happens. I mean, that's a lost thing that happens in games. A lot of people don't take the time to look at the body of work that they've done in games. They just want to complete a game and go to the next game, which to me, that form of gaming is, in my opinion, is a hollow form of gaming. I remember, I don't want to sound like the old man. I know I have a little bit of gray hair right here, but I don't want to sound, but I remember back in the day where when you played a game and you look back at all the collectibles you got, all the achievements, not necessarily like PS3, Xbox 360 get you, but like the small things that you found, different skins of a game, certain Easter eggs you found. and you save them to a memory card or your hard drive. And you can always go back and look at it, or you will have those saved things and you'll try to do better on the next time. I was a big fan of high scores. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love racing games, not just Forza. I love Gran Turismo. I love V Rally. I love Lob Rally Evo. I love, the Dirt series, WRC. I I I realize that I'm more of a racing fan than probably I am of a football gaming fan, because it's just so many racing games out here, from, I mean, even from the RC Pro-Ams all the way up to now. I mean, it's just, I love them. And I just realized, like, one of my favorite games that, for the most part, I have all the DLC to, I have pretty much, access to all the cars. I like to go and race against the AI, and I have a really good time. And that game is kind of like locked onto this hard drive where the display don't work that well. It's really disheartening at the end of the day. Now, do I go buy another Xbox? I don't know, because with all the things that's going on with Xbox now, it's like, is it really viable to buy one? If I do buy one, do I just get a vanilla Xbox One and just rock out with that? I mean, and if I do that, how does that serve the purpose for, backwards compatibility? Because the backwards compatibility on a vanilla Xbox One is good, but they don't look as good as an Xbox One X. I mean, original Xbox games on the Xbox One X or series is like phenomenal. I mean, I did a video about that talking about DOA 3. But when does it come to a point where you just look at it and be like, I think I'm just gonna probably just back out, because like I just don't have a purpose on buying another one, and it's really a disheartening. I mean, do I spend another $200 to finish up my journey on Forza 5? I mean, what do you do? And last but not least, I will say this: all these consoles have a shelf life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that all your consoles should be working, because it's going to happen. But you gotta understand, this console is what, a 6-year console, and this is an issue that's been going on, probably more than it need to be, because I've seen other people have these issues. But then again, I have my original Xbox right here. I've had one, no, I had two. Well, the second one was my fault, but I have two of them that went out. One went out because I messed up the power supply just by keep on plugging in the back of the Xbox. That was my fault, because I was being lazy. And one because in the other one, what was, the capacitors just went bad. The capacitor started to leak. But the first one that I messed up on, that was really an issue. That happened like 15, 16 years later. It happened like in 2016, 2017. And the second one, the capacitors went out probably like another 15 years after it was released. So you're talking about consoles from back in the day that are pretty much working to this day. I'm like, look, I mean, I don't even want to go into the cartridge-based systems. All the cartridge-based systems are pretty much still working 40 years down the line. But then again, you turn around and you have like these disc-based systems. You had an Xbox 360 issue. I have a GameCube that doesn't work that well. I have my fat PS3 that's cooked. It's all of these consoles that have been built in the mid 2000s or around the mid 2000s or up. They just clunk out on you at the worst time. And this one right here, even though it's not dead, but it's fried. And this is a 6-year console and it's done. 7-year console and it's done. So it's really disheartening at the end of the day. But I will say this: even with all the backwards compatibility situations that I want to experience, it's nothing like playing on the original hardware. Once again, I mean, either you can emulate the original hardware or just playing on original. It's just nothing like it. All this extra stuff, this forward compatibility stuff and all the stuff, is cool and it's very convenient. But it just shows you at the end of the day that even with all the glitz and glamour, it just feels right just to play it on the regular hardware. And I mean, that's just me. I mean, I don't know how anybody else feels. If you want to, go pop open your fat PS3 and play your PS2 games, that's great. But we all know how bad that is. I just recently, all these games that are stacked up on top of each other, those are games that play straight on the 360. I mean, on the original Xbox, And the ones that on the rack now, I moved them around so all of them that play on the Xbox original and the 360, all those are on the black rack behind me. So I have it, to where if I want to play on the 360, it's cool. But I've been playing on the original hardware, and I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's just, in my opinion, it just feels right. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you playing old games," but to be honest, I'm having the time of my life, and I do play the new stuff. Don't get me wrong; I've been having a blast on Tekken 8 as well, but it's just it's just really disheartening to know that this console right here that I bought, for $300 plus, it is gone and is not worth, I don't think it's worth opening up and fixing after 6 years. I it's just, to me, I find I'll give it to somebody else and let them deal with it. But nevertheless, I am going to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I can ramble all day about stuff like this. I love gaming. I love doing what I do. But at the end of the day, is a limit to how much I'm going to be dealing with. When it gets to the point when I have to open up a console, I that's pretty much a wrap. And usually I'll just buy another one. But for this one here, I basically only play one Xbox One game on it, and that's Forza 5. I wanted to play Forza 6, but I just never got around to it. I like 5 better, and I have Forza 7 on the PC. And as far as the Gears game, all that, 1, 2, and 3, I can play that on the 360. 4 and 5, I can play that on PC, and you know what I mean. So it really sucks, but I'm gonna get out of here. I done said enough. I'm gonna watch some football. You know what? I might be playing these 2 games today. All right, y'all. I'm out. Y'all take it easy. Peace.